Hey, good morning, aviation weather. Today we're going to go over the water cycle, the moisture in the atmosphere, and how this moisture creates clouds, and what certain clouds can mean, and how we classify the clouds. That's a lot of clouds, but you're going to learn today. Okay, so I'm going to try not to bore you with this, with details. The book offers you this picture, but I think this picture will suffice just as well. Water gets into the atmosphere through three ways: evaporation, where water in a liquid state turns into a gas; transpiration, where water in a plant gets released through the pores into the atmosphere; and sublimation, where ice, usually at high altitudes, will turn into water vapor. Once it's in the atmosphere, it'll transport to different air masses, and once the relative humidity reaches 100%, it condensates, clouds form, and then precipitation usually is the main method for the water to reach back down to the earth, whereas some runoff can happen at high altitudes with mountains. Usually that just occurs from precipitation, though. And then the water moves from the ground to other bodies of water. All right, so what is a cloud? A cloud is a grouping of visible water or ice droplets in the atmosphere. Clouds are formed as a result of water vapor that is in the atmosphere condensating, and this can occur either from rising air currents. These clouds will have vertical development or in stages of the atmosphere where the dew point has been reached. You'll find clouds with both of these. Okay, so there are four basic cloud forms that one can observe in Earth's atmosphere. The first is the cirriform clouds. These are high-level clouds that form above 20,000 feet. They're usually composed of ice crystals. They generally occur in fair weather and point in the direction of the air movement in the atmosphere. Nimbus clouds come from the Latin word meaning rain. These clouds are typically between 7,000 and 15,000 feet. They bring steady precipitation. As clouds thicken and precipitation begins to fall, the base of the clouds tend to lower. Cumuliform clouds are white, fluffy, cotton ball shaped clouds. They signify vertical motion or thermal uplifts. The bases depend on humidity, and the clouds can extend to 60,000 feet. And then there's stratiform clouds, which is like a blanket that layers over a few hundred feet above the ground, or when it's on the ground, we call it fog. And we just actually recently had it this Sunday. All right, there's a lot of material here, so I'm going to just break it down into the cloud levels. Clouds are broken down into high clouds, middle clouds, and low clouds. High clouds such as cirrus, cirrocumulus, cirrostratus are clouds that are found very high. They're typically thin and white in appearance, and they're composed of entirely ice crystals. These are the clouds that you see, the beautiful sunsets here. When all the clouds change color, it's usually because of the refraction off the ice crystals. Then the middle clouds, such as altocumulus, altostratus, and nimbostratus, are mid-level clouds, and they're primarily composed of water droplets. They can also have supercooled liquid water droplets and or ice crystals when the temperature is below freezing. And then we have the low clouds, and those are cumulus, towering cumulus, stratocumulus, stratus, and cumulonimbus. These clouds are almost primarily always water droplets. They can be super cooled liquid water droplets and or crystals when the temperature is below freezing. Cumulus and cumulonimbus usually have their bases in the lower levels, and their vertical extent is often so great that their tops may reach into middle and high levels. There is a lot of information to cover, so I implore you to go and do some research on these different types of clouds and what they mean, and just get a better knowledge to be a better aviator. And remember, a good pilot's always learning.